Hi, welcome to the Listen to Grow podcast, your daily LGBTQ plus news podcast. I'm Zach Reynolds-Freeman, and today is Wednesday, June 3rd, and we are on day 3 of Pride Month, and the culture war is loud, but so are we. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about Sarah Huckabee Sanders declares June Fidelity Month. Yes, really. Ken Paxton's first campaign ad attacks his opponent's manhood. A California governor candidate stands in the gap for a trans teen athlete. Pittsburgh Pride is fighting to survive corporate abandonment. Tennessee and Utah pile on with their own anti-pride declaration, and a small New Jersey suburb is moving in a big way. So let's get into it, starting with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She declares June Fidelity Month. So we are 3 days into Pride Month, and the Arkansas governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, has officially declared June, our month, Fidelity Month. That's right, not Pride Month, Fidelity Month. In a formal proclamation issued at the start of the week, Sanders wrote that June should be time for Arkansas to encourage renewed dedication to virtue, commitment, responsibility, and shared moral foundations. She quoted George Washington, invoked God, family, and made absolutely clear this was counter-programming move over a Daily Wire article that literally described it as a counter-programming Pride Month. And she's not alone. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed a resolution in April declaring June Nuclear Family Month, calling nuclear family the basic building blocks of society. Utah has followed suit with its own version of Fidelity Month as well. So to recap, while the rest of the country is out there celebrating queer joy, survival, and community, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Utah are over there workshopping new names for June. We see what you're doing, and you're not fooling anybody. Next, Ken Paxton releases Too Low T for Texas ad. Less than 24 hours after winning Texas Republican Senate primary runoff, Attorney General Ken Paxton launched his first general election ad and has nothing to do with the economy, health care, or actual policy. It's calling his Democrat opponent, State Representative James Tellerico, not masculine enough. The ad ends with Tellerico's image next to the words, Radical Tellerico, Too Low T for Texas. Low T as in testosterone. And in case the message was too subtle, White House advisor Stephen Miller went on television and falsely claimed Tellerico himself is transgender, saying he is transitioning to a woman and belongs in a cabaret show, not the Senate. Fox News' Jesse Waters piled on, calling him Low T Tellerico, and the orange-convicted felon himself joined in on social media. For the record, James Tellerico is not transgender. He is straight, progressive, faith-forward Texas Democrat who supports trans rights, and apparently that is enough to make the entire Republican Party lose its collective mind. And what's actually happening here is simple. These men are terrified. Tellerico is one of the most compelling Democrat candidates in the country. He is viral, he's credible, he's connected to working people, and he will not back down. So they're going to go after his gender presentation because policy arguments are not something that Paxton can win on. It's not a campaign strategy, it's a distraction, and the LGBTQ plus community knows exactly what it looks like. These people are just playing dirty and dumb because they're dumb. Next, California governor candidate stands up for trans teen athletes. While Republicans in Texas are playing gender games, a leading Democrat candidate for California governor is doing something different. He's showing up. Steyer, billionaire and Democrat gubernatorial candidate, made headlines this week when he publicly embraced transgender teen athlete A.B. Hernandez, a high school track and field competitor from Juniper Valley, ahead of the California Interscholastic Federation State Championships. Steyer posted a video of a conversation he had with Hernandez at a town hall event, telling her he was proud for her competing and that she hoped she would do well. And she did. Hernandez went on to win 2 girls' titles at the state championships. In a written statement, Steyer said the job of the governor is to protect Californians and stand between them and danger. That's a role I take very, very seriously, including when it comes to trans youth. This matters. We are in a political moment where Democrats are quietly walking away from trans people to avoid backlash. Steyer is running into fire. He said he is clearly, totally in favor of trans athletes in high school, citing the devastating mental health realities trans kids face and rejecting framing that inclusion is somehow a threat. His Republican opponents attacked him. His Democratic primary opponents mostly stayed quiet, but Steyer said what needed to be said and the community noticed. Amazing. Our next story is Pittsburgh Pride fighting to survive corporate pullback. The Pride Month kicked off this week with something the community didn't need more of, a fundraising crisis. Pittsburgh Pride is in serious trouble. The annual parade and festival scheduled for June 5th through the 7th has only raised $80,000 towards its $500,000 goal, with major corporate sponsors having walked away. And Pittsburgh is not alone. Across the country, in San Francisco, in Houston, Nashville, and elsewhere, Pride organizations are reporting the same corporations that used to be reliable partners have quietly exited. No big press release, no explanation, just gone. USA Pride's co-president, Braxton, put it plainly. Corporations are pulling back because they're scared of scrutiny from the Orange Convicted Felons administration. His DEI crackdown has made corporate America afraid to be seen at a Pride event. So let that sink in. There are some companies that plastered rainbow logos on everything for the past decade. The moment it costs them something, they disappear. Pittsburgh Pride Director Dina Stanley and her 14-person board are volunteers. They are fighting every single day just to try to make this Pride event come together. They are fighting every single day to put the event that means everything to their community, and major corporations that made millions off LGBTQ plus consumers can't find the courage to write a check. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, June 5th through the 7th, Allegheny Commons Park West, parade on the 7th, show up. Hopefully they will get that funding gap and they will be able to have an amazing Pride celebration because they deserve it. Next, small town Pride is getting bigger. Now for a story that will lift your spirit a little because we need it. While corporations pull out of right-wing governors declare counter months, smaller towns are showing up. Hayden Township, New Jersey, a suburb, is hosting its 6th annual Pride Parade, drawing an expected 2,000 to 3,000 people. Their parade includes high school marching bands, youth sports team, candy, community organizations, and a full neighborhood celebration. Isis Petrie Williams, president of Hayden Township Pride, described it this way: "We decided to have a radical expression of joy, acceptance, and love, centered on exposure and community connection. And Hayden Township is part of a larger national pattern. While major corporate-funded Pride events in big cities are feeling financial squeeze, smaller community-based events are growing. Local businesses are stepping in, and neighbors are showing up. That is what Pride is supposed to be. It's never meant to be a brand activation event. It started as a protest at Lizette community, and in small towns across America, it's thriving." I love those stories. Next, look at where Pride stands on day 3. So let's close today with some perspective because we are already only 3 days in, and it is already a lot. We are heading into Pride Month, where the Orange Convicted Felon has issued another statement because he never does. When Arkansas, Tennessee, and Utah declared counter months, when corporate America has largely gone silent, where trans people are fighting for their rights in courts and state houses and on social media every single day. And yet, courts are holding the line. Governors like Andy Beshear in Kentucky are signing pro-LGBTQ plus documents for the first time in their state's history. Candidates like James Tellerico and Tom Steyer are not backing down. Small towns in New Jersey are hosting marching bands and giving out candy. World Pride is coming in Amsterdam in July, and communities across the country are doing what they've always done, showing up. As USA Pride's co-president Jordan Braxton said at the start of this month, a festival is a time to celebrate, but these are also acts of resistance. We are on day 3 of 30, so stay with us, and I'll continue to bring you more updates for Pride throughout the month. So that's your news for Wednesday, June 3rd, day 3 of Pride Month. I'm Zach Randall-Friedman. This is Listen Up Girl, your daily LGBTQ news podcast. Share this episode, tell a friend, leave a comment, because the more comments you leave or the more ratings you leave, the more people see this. And if this Pride Month is hitting you hard this year, you're not alone. We do this every day because this community deserves to stay informed, connected, and seen. I'll be back tomorrow with more news. Thanks for listening.